The future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with the comics, the books, and the novels, but also, of course, the movies, the TV shows, and everything related to the new projects by Disney and Lucasfilm for this new Star Wars universe moving forward. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Star Wars is that, of course, we do know that it is indeed heading in a different direction by Disney and Lucasfilm, and that they have a plan in place in order to reunite the fans around the world to really create a better future for fans, right? A lot of fans have been very upset with the sequel trilogy and how it was handled by Kathleen Kennedy and everybody else over at Disney, such as Bob Iger, and how they handled the sequel trilogy at the time. And with Bob Chapek now as the new Disney CEO, positive changes are coming our way for the TV shows, the movies, the new books, the novels, and the comics, and more. That's really going to throw the fans into a brand new mythology of Star Wars. Now, the thing about all of this is that we have new creatives coming on board over at Lucasfilm, as well as some of the creatives that are already at Lucasfilm getting major promotions to really take on the Star Wars universe, to really bring it in a brand new direction by Disney. Now, Chapek was actually said to have a large role in these changes, and what's really intriguing has all to do with creator Dave Filoni and, of course, writer and director Rian Johnson. Now, specifically, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with the Skywalker saga, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, is actually making many changes over at Lucasfilm to create a better future for the Star Wars brand and to create more authentic stories with the movies and TV shows. It's noted that Bob Chapek has a plan to bring in many retcons and resets to both The Rise of Skywalker and to The Last Jedi, and that creator Dave Filoni is said to be handling the retcons of The Last Jedi with the new Star Wars universe, and is said to have played a major role in separating the Rian Johnson trilogy into 3 separate Star Wars films and restarting Rian Johnson's plan for the new Star Wars universe. It's explained that originally Kathleen Kennedy had planned for Rian Johnson to take control of the new Star Wars universe during this year of 2020 and allowing Rian Johnson to have full creative control over the new canon material. However, since Bob Chapek took over Lucasfilm, he has given Dave Filoni the creative freedom of how the Star Wars universe should be utilized for this decade, and that Dave Filoni reset many of Rian Johnson's ideas for the new Star Wars universe and completely cut out Rian Johnson's ideas of his new expanded universe that was all going to be based in a brand new galaxy that had nothing to do with Jedi or Sith. Now, Bob Chapek played a major role in this decision as well to cancel Rian's plans as well. However, Filoni is said to be writing over Rian Johnson's ideas for the new Star Wars universe. So, the thing about Kathleen Kennedy, which is really crazy in my opinion, is the fact that not only did she give Rian Johnson a trilogy before The Last Jedi even released in theaters, but that she was also going to give him the keys to essentially take control of the new Star Wars universe and to have creative freedom of how the new EU should be established into the canon by Disney. Now, that to me I think would have been also a big disaster by Disney and Lucasfilm, because that in and on itself would have really destroyed Star Wars, in my opinion at least. A brand new galaxy that has nothing to do with Jedi or Sith, and it wouldn't have just been for the movies, it would have been for the books, the novels, the comics, and more. That was really going to pretty much give us a different take on Star Wars, starting from the ground up, as if Star Wars never existed before. And I think that the fact that Dave Filoni is writing over a lot of Rian Johnson's ideas is amazing. I think it's great, because Dave Filoni is basically George Lucas's protege. I don't know if you guys knew this, but both George Lucas and Dave Filoni worked very closely with each other. They know each other very well. In fact, if it weren't for Dave Filoni and George Lucas, we would not have the Clone Wars as it really is today. And I think that when you look at everything related to George, the fact that they're trying to respect George Lucas more so is also, more ambitious by Disney. So we can already see the changes being made by Bob Chapek, and the fact that now Dave Filoni has creative freedom over the new Star Wars universe, I think it just shows us that they're really either in damage control mode, which I think is the more likely scenario here, or it could very well be a genuine move by Disney in order to really bring back the Star Wars fans that they lost from the sequel trilogy era, such especially as The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Now, the one last thing I just want to really tap into here real quick is Rian Johnson, right? I would like to know what your take on Rian Johnson really is. Now, to me, The Last Jedi was a disastrous film. I did not like the movie at all in any way, shape, or form. And it always really mind-boggled me as to exactly how Rian Johnson was given an entire trilogy by Kathleen Kennedy, and especially how Kathleen Kennedy wanted Rian Johnson to take control over the new Star Wars universe. So it's great that Dave Filoni took over those ideas and is resetting a lot of Rian Johnson's ideas for the new Star Wars universe. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.